Join me as I dive deep into the predictions for the next major crisis and see if I can guess what's coming next. The world is on high alert and experts are sounding the alarm. From economic collapse to environmental disasters, the predictions are dire and the stakes are higher than ever. But what do these forecasts really mean, and how can we prepare for the unknown? Today we're going to explore the major crisis predictions that have everyone on edge and try to make sense of what's coming next. We're living in uncertain times, and it's easy to get caught up in the fear and anxiety that comes with it. But before we dive into the predictions, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The truth is, crises have been a part of human history for centuries, and we've always found a way to adapt and overcome. So what can we learn from the past, and how can we use that knowledge to inform our decisions today? The fact is, experts have been warning us about these crises for years, and it's time to take their predictions seriously. From the IMF to the UN, organizations around the world are sounding the alarm, and it's up to us to listen. So, what are these predictions and what do they mean for our future? We're going to explore the top crisis predictions that have experts worried, from environmental disasters to economic collapse. We'll examine the factors leading up to these crises and the potential global impact they could have. We'll look at the data, the research, and the warnings from those on the front lines. And we'll try to make sense of it all so we can better prepare for what's coming next. Past crises have taught us that complacency is a luxury we can no longer afford. We've seen it time and time again, from the 2008 financial crash to the COVID-19 pandemic. Complacency can be deadly. So what can we learn from these past crises, and how can we use that knowledge to inform our decisions today? The experts are clear. The next major crisis is coming, and it's going to be big. From cyber attacks to natural disasters, the threats are varied and real. But what's driving these predictions, and what can we do to mitigate their impact? We're going to examine the role of technology in shaping our future, from AI to biotech. We'll look at the dangers of unchecked progress and the importance of responsible innovation. We'll explore the impact of climate change, from rising sea levels to devastating droughts. And we'll discuss the fragility of our global supply chains and the risks of economic collapse. The experts are clear. The next major crisis is coming, and it's going to change the game. From international conflict to social unrest, the possibilities are endless. But what's driving these predictions, and what can we do to prepare? We're going to explore the role of governance in preventing and responding to crises. We'll look at the importance of international cooperation and the dangers of isolationism. We'll examine the role of individual preparedness, from emergency funds to sustainable living, and we'll discuss the importance of community building and social resilience. The predictions are clear. The next major crisis is coming, and it's going to be devastating. From environmental disasters to economic collapse, the threats are real. But what can we do to mitigate their impact? We're going to look at the solutions being proposed by experts around the world. From sustainable energy to emergency response systems, we'll explore the innovations being developed to address these crises. We'll examine the role of governments, NGOs, and individual citizens in preventing and responding to disasters. And we'll discuss the importance of awareness and preparedness in saving lives. The time for denial is over. The time for action is now. We can no longer afford to stick our heads in the sand and hope for the best. The predictions are clear, and it's up to us to take them seriously. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? The next major crisis is coming, and it's going to change the game. But with awareness, preparedness, and collective action, we can mitigate its impact and build a better future for all. The story of the next major crisis is still being written, and it's up to us to shape its narrative. We can choose to ignore the warnings, or we can choose to take action. The choice is ours. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on this topic. If you want to learn more about the next major crisis, I'll put some links in the description box below. And if you have any thoughts on the predictions we discussed today, please share them in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going.